Okay, and then a person in Komoraka concerning the visitors visa. Currently, one when him say international student permit, any visitors visa has really gone down. They are not issuing too many visas concerning that. It's not that they are not issuing at all, but like and yet like before. Because why? Because before there was something like we call like open borders. Open borders, and then Chaz and say they open up a little bit because they were not too much strict with the documents now for the ban and all that. And periodically they got to know say most of the documents now for the ban then genuine. Nti no ɔmo hyehyɛ ɔmo nneɛma yie ama sisi a nneɛma mu kora yɛ den ama mbinom because mbinom mu nso na ɔmo kora the right and legitimate documents ɔmo ntumi wiem. Okay, bibi kakra na mpɛsɛ mekyerɛw na motumi ate ase na mo yɛ application for the visitors visa na wobɛhu ha mbɛhyehyɛ mo adwuma. Number one, visitors visa no is classified as luxury visa. Luxury visa they say it could be a business visa maybe over for conference and I say over for sightseeing and also over for bushini and our down for be ewo kromano. The owner was so sharing so say na statements and accounting. Statement should not necessarily come from your current account and now say savings you should rather come from an investment account. There are types of a savings account. There's one that it be a winya infraso also, and the second one is the one that a non sono who save it just there every time. Be a for a longer period. Be a kuku sit down and answer kotoka and abibisa. All those accounts, you have to be able to show it. So you can show about 3 separate accounts. Number 1, your current account. Number 2, savings account, and number 3, your investment account. In that investment account, you could show transactions from your current account, equal savings to investment account, and I say from investment account to and I say from savings account to your investment account. There has to be some transactions between these 3 statements. That one proves to be a very more legitimate ground. Say, scanner now who claim say person will need to coin because usually will be house spending 2 years to save, will be or to me spending 1 year to save for their trips and all that, which is very very important because you be more hand say sometimes in being be to me save it. Now someone they call a European tour and now some they call any other part of the world for some few weeks whatsoever to enjoy themselves and all that. So that is why a visitor's visa is classified as luxury visa, something that is worth more expensive, and then again it's for a short period of time because Obana, whether they give you 10 years or 6 years, you are only allowed to stay 6 months, and if you want to stay beyond that, then you have to have something we call an extension. To we extension that, then you'll be able to stay more for a number of period of months or even for a year. So those are the things that you need to look out for. Another thing that you also have to look out for is this: most of the banks network Ghana have invested I'm afraid we use their fraud activities into most of the banks. What the corner sometimes they look at it and say no, the credibility is really low. So you also need to check most of the banks and the credibility. There's what we call a banking journal, and the whole now being the performances of each banks. When you see that most of the banks are really doing well, especially not just in Ghana but in Africa and beyond, those are the banks that you also have to look out for. And I can't mention no banks because I don't work for no bank in Ghana. But the most important thing is always look out for the banks now. Or more apps here up to date when you need to check whatsoever that they can easily get access to, and also know the banks that have good credibility of scam alerts, because most of the banks, and if they don't have good credibility of scam alerts now, it's really going to worry you. The next thing you also have to look at is between family ties and economic ties. What do I mean by family ties and economic ties? Family ties, they say a beer or something that will hold you back anytime that you travel. For instance, who are family, who are kids that so we join more air down, who are properties be an investment be I was just to say fee. Car is not really classified as an investment unless it's a transport business. There be a transport business with about 3 or 4 cars that you may not be willing to forfeit it until it makes you good money now. And also they have to see daily transactional income in your account, showing that who only let's say real estate, they also have to show those investment funds also coming into your account. Everything that you show as family ties, you have to see some transactionals in your personal and daily bank account. Then we look out for the economic ties. The economic ties has got to do with the country now. If you're in Ghana, for example, you look at the kind of job that you do, whether you're a nurse, you're a doctor, or you're a businessman. How much money do you make in a month? And when they do the currency equivalency, where do you fall short? some of you know, meaning I know some bidding was scapant when you're able to show that you have good economic ties compared with your family ties now, it builds your case really strong because in the sense that baby I will free no we did that into Oban won't be a problem on the state. It is legitimate so Oban will be 3 weeks now. You can convince them say I'm part Oban will be 3 weeks because look at your position and look at the things that you have. So those are the things that you really need to look out for. And now we a business conference and now say we a sightseeing and get the legitimate website. You can use Expedia.com, then use those websites now which you have for booking your hotel and your flight and even your car rental bookings. Those are legitimate grounds and you pay direct from your account. When you do that, you join your documents and submit it because when you do these things now, they realize that you're a credible person, you know what you're doing, the money's in your account, and you see you said there's been movement in the account. But if there are no movement in your account, and let's say you save and somebody sponsors you and all that, for a luxury trip, it raises a lot of questions. Unless say be a for being a sponsor, or now papa being a sponsor, and now mommy being a sponsor, then you can use all those aspects of documents by sponsorship. But if you're a grown-up man, they expect you to have a certain amount sitting in your account. They also expect you to have something going on in your life. Education wise, you can look at it, say, if you're university and also school, of course, is good, that can be beneficial to your government, or that can be beneficial to your society, or you are into a community group, or you're doing a volunteership, or you are part of a United Nations group whatsoever. All those documents need are credentials that can help you. Then lastly, you can add your resume to build up yourself. Usually, you know, every application, there's what we call SOP, like for students, statement of purpose, or for visitors, you have LOE, letter of an explanation. You explain yourself as a little bit, and call a friend of myself. You explain a little bit about yourself, about who you are, then you present yourself to the visa officer, because usually what you write on your LOE, letter of explanation, about your trip whatsoever, talks briefly about your whole trip, how you'll be able to find it, where you're coming from, with the kind of credentials that you have and all that. They will know that we're a credible person, and when they look out for you, they can always trust you. So these are the most important things that you need to really look out for when you're applying for a visitor's visa. So watch out for more videos. In my next video, I'm going to talk a little bit more about international students, how to apply for it. Thank you so much.